Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Lyndall from LJJumble, and this video is a review on two of the Plum Paper Planner A5 size planners. Now I have the ME layout, which is this, and I also have, let's see if we can get a page out, the vertical priorities layout. Now, there are some slight differences between the A5 versions and the 7x9 versions. I have ordered the 7x9 versions, and I'll go over that in a separate video at a later date when they arrive. But for now, we're just going to do a review on these two A5 planners. Now, I'm going to just go over the general pros and cons of the planners to start with. The pros of the planners in general is, okay, we'll start with the front. I shall move this one aside and we shall, I'll move that up there. Okay. These pages, the months are a little bit bigger, and because this is a July to June calendar, I probably would have preferred to have July through to June over one spread, but that's not a deal breaker for me. But they are bigger, and I do find that I like the bigger calendars in the calendar overviews. And because this is a July 2020 to a June 2021 planner, I have both of these. Now, when you move on to the special dates, and you also get one that's not labeled, ideas, plans, and goals. These columns are better for, as you can see my notes there, these columns are better for dated events. So if you had to remember birthdays or something, you can fit a lot more in these than in some other planners where they actually have like boxes and very few lines. So I actually find that I like this layout a lot. I really do. And the other pros of these planners has a very functional back pocket. It comes up nice and high, but starts down sort of just under the halfway point of the page, and it is double-sided. So you can put things in both sides, no short side like on some other planners. It's a very, very functional back pocket. You get, I've taken them out of this one, but you do get things for contacts and passwords. I definitely wouldn't put passwords in a planner, but and I'm going to count that as a con because it encourages people to do stupid things. And I mean, I know there's smart people out there that'll only put hints in, but I'm quite sure there are people out there that don't realize if they lose their planner, they've given out access to everything. Now, there is also a large selection of covers. They're not quite as customizable as some planners. You can't get the different covers in different colorways. Sometimes you'll have maybe 3 or 4 choices in different colorways, the same cover. But a lot of the time you just have the different images in their different colors and there aren't any other colorways. And I'm fine with that. That's okay. There is still quite a large selection. And the other pro over the for the, if I can get to a page that doesn't have anything on it, the headers in the planners are customizable. So for this, all of these headers are customizable. You can customize your header here. And I think you can even customize where it says this week. So that is handy. And in the vertical priorities, you can customize headings for here, headings for here, headings for here, and these list headings. You can specify what you would like them to be as well. So that comes in handy. So the other things that are customizable with these planners is you can get different types of pages dispersed throughout the planner so that they're at the end of your weekly spreads for the month. Or you can get different sections put in the back. Now, this leads me to one of my cons, and the first on my cons list is some of the add-ons are hit and miss. I find that the meal planner pages, I'm just not going to use them. They're not as useful as I thought they would be. You don't really have enough space. I know there is another one. I think it's like another add-on that might have been more useful that's in like a meal planner, but I'm finding these minimally useful. The brainstorm, I haven't really used it enough, but I think I will find that one useful. The social media and the blogging add-ons at the back, I'm not finding very useful at all. I picked blogging because it's the closest to vlogging, YouTube, and while it does have a couple of things that I like, just the fact that it's at the back of the planner doesn't really help me in my day-to-day. And if I had have dispersed it, it would still be at the back after the weeks and in a very awkward spot. So I've come up with a different solution, so I'm not really using it. Some people might find them useful, but me personally, as I said, I think they're a bit hit and miss. So now that I've gone over the add-ons and the customizable things, I'm going to get into the other cons. Okay. The other cons are these covers, these plastic acetate, thick acetate covers. Both of mine came scratched. Now, I understand they're going to get scratched with wear and tear, whatever, but this material, usually when you buy it in bulk, comes with protective sheets. Why don't they leave them on? Why don't they cut it, put them in, and let the customer peel off the protective sheet and have a nice, perfect bit of acetate on their planner? I just think it would be a better option. Maybe there's something in their manufacturing, the way they manufacture them, that doesn't allow that, but I think it's really something they should look into. Now, on to the next con. That's my doctor's appointment. I'll go to another month. It's easier. Okay, on to the next con. It might not be a con for everyone, but it's con for me. The months are a Sunday start and not a Monday start. And I find it's a bit of a pet peeve that when you have a weekly spread, it starts on a Monday and ends on a Sunday, and the calendar in the corner starts on a Sunday. I don't understand why it's a thing. It shouldn't be a thing. If you're starting a weekly spread at a Monday and finishing on a Sunday, then the calendar up the top here should be a Monday start. It's called the weekend for a reason. So that's one of my pet peeves of the planner, but because I make my own stickers, I can redate everything. It's not a problem. But I know that there are other people out there that like Sunday starts and other people out there that don't. So it depends on what you like as to whether it's pro or con, but it's definitely a con for me. The other thing I don't like is this tabbed page is a glossy cardstock, and I have solved this problem because you've got to use a different pen, like a permanent marker, like a Sharpie or something that's a permanent marker. You can't use gel pens on it. And I've just got a sticker that's got some other things that I'll use, and I just put a full page sticker over it. Because otherwise it just smears, and it's not good. So if they could do this with a bit of a toothed cardstock, that would be much better. So that is definitely a con. The special dates, you'll notice here, where are they? Okay, so when you've got I'll do it in the other planner because I haven't put things on the other planners. Months. Okay, so special dates. The colors are different. Like this is July, it's green. The July tab is green. It's blue here. It's a bluey purple. And like October here is a tealy green. It's orange here. That, I know it's not really big, but it irks me. It just, why? Why is that something that they couldn't organize? I mean, it's a minor thing, but sometimes it's the little details that, put something over into like a quality luxury item. And yeah. So I mean, it's a little thing at the end of the day, and you could cover them up. But it's a thing. I don't understand why it was done that way. So that's my overall cons for the planners in general. Now, I did forget to mention the A5 size. It's not that much smaller than an Erin Condren 7x9. The coil on the 7x9s comes out to about here, and it's like a centimetre extra, like just that much extra on top. So it's not a huge difference in size, but it's just so much more portable and still very functional. So I'm really, really liking the size. So now we're going to go into the layout pros and cons, and put my notes up so I can read them. This is actually my second time filming this because I didn't like the way the other one came out because I forgot so much. So I wrote notes this time. So the pros about the A5 vertical priorities is that you have the weekly tracker. I really like that. It's great. You don't have to use it to track habits. You can do it to track what you're doing for work, your productivity. It's just really handy to have. I like the simple structure. I like that there is a list here and a list here. I like that. That's great. I like the width of the columns. For an A5, this has really, really, really nice column sizes. But what you sacrifice is the weekends are only half the column. So it's sort of a give and take. Because I work for myself, I do tend to work on Saturdays a lot. And last week I worked on Sunday a lot. So like you get, for an example, okay, so you'll get to see some things here. Okay, so this is this week, right? So I haven't fully completed finishing it for this day, but so I'll work. And so what I've done is I've created these little flip boxes. They're actually really handy. But there is no way I can fit everything that I need to in that much space. So that's why I've come up with these little box extenders. So I really, really, really like the simple structure of this planner. In. Okay, so the one other thing you give up for having wider columns and the layout the way it is you have no sidebar. There is no weekly sidebar at all. So they're the two cons for the layout for the vertical priorities. Other than that, as I said, I love the simple structure. I love the habit trackers. I'm sort of utilizing these differently each week. I'm thinking of making a lined thing here so I can put to do or this week, next week. I don't know. I'm tossing up ideas. But I've been using, like, I've got a calendar here and I've got washi here, and then I've put the box that could have gone there over here instead of, like, I've got calendar covers that cover the calendar. So, like, I've got a kit that's pretty functional for versatility within this planner. So that's it for the vertical priorities planner. And then we'll go on to the pros and cons for the ME planner. Now, the pros is you have a sidebar here. It's very thin, but you have a sidebar. You also have this box here for a quote or gratitude or whatever. And you've got rows that are customizable. Those are the definite pros for the A5 ME, and I'm really enjoying utilizing this for my social media planner. And the cons is there's very little room to write in the columns. So it's good for noting little things in different categories. So if you had kids, it would be great. If you had, some sort of group, some sort of work, home group, whatever, it would be handy for that. I'm using it for social media and it's great for that. But yeah, that's sort of my gist on the pros and cons for this exact layout. So all in all, I honestly think I found planner peace with this. I can deal with the short columns by putting in the extenders. It's going to start getting bulky, but I'll take the add-ons out, and that's just the way it's going to have to be. So would I recommend these planners? Definitely. I would definitely recommend the A5 planners. I would tell you to have a serious look at the add-ons and think about whether you really want them or not. I've found other ways to create functionality. I would definitely advise getting some of the pages dispersed throughout the book or at the end. They're definitely handy. So yeah, they're definitely, as I said, I love this. This is my catch-all everything planner and I absolutely love it. It's great. I love it more than my Erin Condren's, my bullet journal, all of that. It's just, I think I've found planner peace with this. So we'll see as it goes on. So that's it for this review. If you guys have one of these planners in any of the formats or sizes, tell me what you think about them in the comments. I would be very interested to know your take on these. If you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. I would love it if you subscribed and at least like the video, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.